And greetings, everybody. We are live. We are live on the chat right now, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first Bond Geek live stream, everybody. Can I just ask by a quick show in the comment section, can you all hear me, everybody? Can everybody hear me? That's a good question. I'm trying to work that out. Could someone just type in and just say if they can hear me or not? That would be really great to know, everybody. Because honestly, I have absolutely no idea whether you can. Oh, I've just done a little check. It seems to be all right, everybody. Seems to be all right. So, everybody, hello and welcome to the Bond Geek No Time to live stream, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying a good Bond film, a good Bond book, a good Bond video game, a good James Bond, whatever makes you part of this glorious fandom, everybody. Hello, I'm just having a nice cup of coffee here, everybody. Oh, that hits the spot, everybody. And everybody, it is Sunday now. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4 days. I am going to see No Time to Die, finally. The 6-year hiatus is finally nearly over, people. Huzzah. It's finally going to happen. Obviously, I'd like to say on this video. Oh, Matt. Hey, Matt. Hope you're well, mate. Thank you for coming on. I'm just going to show your comment up there. Matt, always a pleasure to see you, bud. Welcome to the thing. So, everybody, before we get started on the live stream, I just want to do a little bit of house cleaning, if I may, everybody. Listen, today I did something on the channel which I didn't think I'd get done on this channel until like 3 years from now. It's not a massive thing to many people, but I just really want to talk about it here and now, everybody. Today I got over 300 subscribers, which for me is like just, it's honestly, it's unreal for me. I do this channel as a hobby. And I thought I'd be lucky this year if I get maybe a couple of videos over 100 views and maybe 100 followers. I've now got 3 videos over 1,000 and 300 subscribers, and I love every single one of you, everybody. I really do. Hey, everybody, just say catching up on the chat here. It's really, really cool. So just honestly, I'm just a Bond fan from the 90s who's grown up with Bond, just here to chat with you all about James Bond, everybody, and chat with my friends here because you are all my friends. And we're going to hopefully discuss things relevant to No Time to Die. We're going to talk about things we're excited about for it, our hopes, our expectations, our worries, our concerns, you know, how we think it's going to end, how we think it's going to be, how long it's going to be. It's going to be sounding good. We're going to discuss that all today on this live stream, everybody. And don't forget, as I say down below, to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now, to start this all off, okay. So, hold on, we just had a quick thing. I'm just going to bring that up in the moment. This is from Damien. If you're free at 9:30, Brian's Culture Cast is doing a 007 special live stream on YouTube and quiz. Happy to stick around for a while. Damien, I'm going to try and stick around for that. Absolutely, 100%. Definitely anything to do with 007 here would be a great thing too, so I'll definitely do that. But everybody, just to get the sort of ball rolling, we've already got sort of questions starting going, everybody. I've got a couple of questions some people asked me in advance of this, which I just want to bring up here and now to start the questions rolling before we talk about No Time to Die a lot. The first question is, what do you think the final box office will be of No Time to Die? Good question, everybody. I think a couple of weeks ago, I would have said be maybe very conservative, and I would have said potentially 500 million worldwide. I think that's based on like how Shang-Chi is doing at the moment. Excuse me, everybody. I think also how things are going at the moment. We just don't know that well. But honestly, right now, I'm actually going to do a whole thing. I'm going to be really adventurous here, everybody, in my thing. And I'll tell you why. The pre-ticket sales in the UK alone has been astronomical. We're all really, very patriotic, really coming out to support Bond. I think that No Time to Die, after its run, will end between 750 and 800 million. It might be Fast and Furious 9. It might not. But hey, we don't know. We're going to have to wait and see what happens, everybody. But I'm seeing it once on Thursday night. I've got a friend from work who's coming with me to see it. He's allowed me to tell you some stories, by the way, of him recapturing watching the Bond films, which I will say in a minute. Really, really actually a good laugh. And I think then my boss, he's decided like for a work do, how about we all just literally, I think not the next week coming up, the week afterwards when he's back, from a bit of a holiday. Let's all go out for one night because it's Henry Loves No Time to Die and James Bond. Let's all go out as a group and watch James Bond with Henry, because that's going to be an event that they're going to want to watch, everybody, without a shadow of a doubt. You can tell it's hot in here, everybody, probably from my screen. But the next question I got pre in advance of this, everybody, was this. What's with saying everybody all the time? What's the saying everybody all the time? A lot of people have been commenting saying that I say everybody, the word everybody, a lot during my videos. And I'm going to tell you why actually I do it. And I'm not like ashamed or anything. There is a reason actually I do it. I'm sure like hundreds, maybe many of you out there who are either watching the show live or rewatching it later, I have dyspraxia. I'm dyslexic as well, and I've also got some mild ADHD. I actually find it quite hard to concentrate on things. So say the mixture of dyspraxia, dyslexia, and ADHD, it is really hard. Ooh, we've had Mr. Bond News coming up here. Hello, Mr. Bond News. Welcome to the chat. I'm so glad you're here, everybody. Mr. Bond News, give me your questions and thoughts about No Time to Die as well, please. Give me your comments about it. We can discuss it. But quickly back on to why do I say everybody all the time? It helps me control the level and the tempo of my voice. Basically, when I say everybody, it's a way for me just to stop, chill, regain composure, and get back into what I was talking about. If I think I'm speaking too fast, I go, right, everybody. Or if I'm speaking too loud, okay, so everybody. It's like a word I use just to sort of get back in focus and control and help me with my levels with my dyspraxia and my dyslexia. So that's really honestly why I do it, everybody. So right now, we're just going to quickly go through a couple of things, everybody. Again, obviously, we've got Mr. Bond News joining. And I'd like to say, everybody, literally, if you've got a question or you want to bring up something when it comes to No Time to Die or James Bond in general, just comment on it here and I will pick it up and we will discuss it, everybody. But let's move on to right now about No Time to Die, everybody. So the first thing I'm going to say... Oh, no, hold on. We have got a question. Sorry, forgive me. Damien, you've got it here. It will be surprising as many people need a Bond film to escape to. 6 years since my last eek. My guess is 950 million. Ooh, Damien, I love the positivity here. I'm loving it. This is awesome. This is great. 950 million. I'll certainly say this, Damien. I 100% agree with you with the concept that if all the films out this year, what is the most likely, I think, going to make $1 billion? It's going to be No Time to Die. That I 100% agree without a shadow of doubt in my mind. 950 is a big push. But I think it could be done. I'm going to agree with you. I think it could be done. Maybe I'm being over conservative, 750 to 800. I have absolutely no idea. But Henry, you know what? I'd love it if you come back on the show saying, Henry, you were wrong, completely wrong. I was right. It got 950 million. That would be awesome, mate. Awesome. But we've also got Mr. Bond News coming back again, everybody, with I hope No Time to Die is an epic send-off for Daniel Craig. Me too, bud. Me too. I feel they are going to surprise us. Do you know what? I 100% agree with you again. I think I've often said this a lot on my channel, and I'll say it again here for the benefit over here. I don't think any actor who's played James Bond has really ended on a great high note. You know, with Connery, you had Diamonds Are Forever, and you could say Never Say Never Again, which, to be honest, I don't think they're as good as to say Goldfinger and Thunderball from Russia with Love. Roger Moore had A View to a Kill, a great film, in my opinion. I really enjoy it, but, you know, he was getting on. It was a bit... I don't think it was his best. And obviously Timothy Dalton, I know some people prefer License to Kill to Living Daylights. Me, I think it's the weaker of his two. And come on, comparing Goldeneye to Die Another Day, everybody. You know, you honestly telling me that kite surfing a tsunami is better than the action pace, awesome action and story of Goldeneye? Just, I disagree entirely. So I hope Daniel Craig might be the first person in the whole era of James Bond, that he might be the first person to actually end on an epic high note. For me, the best Daniel Craig film is Skyfall. Skyfall is my favorite. And honestly, if the film is as good as Skyfall, Casino Royale, I'll be really, really happy. So I'm really looking forward to that, mate. Really, really am. And we've got some more questions coming in. But before we get into that, I feel they're going to surprise us. We're going to have twists and turns in this movie. We're going to have twists and turns with Madeline. We're going to have twists and turns with Safin. We're going to have, if some of the rumors have been going around, they're true, like who Naomi's character is. It's going to be really interesting. Honestly, I'm going to have to really pay attention to No Time to Die. I think it's going to really be an interesting story. And we've got some more people in the chat. We've got Jordan Phillips. Jordan Phillips, hey, mate, hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a nice Sunday afternoon. Do you think Bond will die at the end of No Time to Die? You just went right in there, Jordan, right in there with that big question. Let's have a think about this. So, do I think Bond will die at the end of No Time to Die? I'm 60%, 60-40. 60% I think he won't die. 40% he might. Now, the 60% I don't think he'll die is because if you do that, it's okay because Bond will just be rebooted again. So it's not like the end of the world or anything like that, is it? I honestly think, and I've spoken to a couple of friends of mine, this is how I think the film will personally end, and I have no cider information. I remember years ago, well, it is now years ago, they were shooting some scenes near the Thames, like between Bond and M. There's some pictures online, you can find it. I'm going to have a bet right now the film ends there with Bond and M talking and Bond saying, you know what, I have a position available in the 00 section. A number's just become available. On this note, in this theory, everybody, by the way, Naomi's character unfortunately doesn't make it. Again, I have no insider information. I have no idea whatsoever. And basically he says, I'll look into it. He goes, welcome back, 007. Music, Bond music starts playing, James Bond will return, end credits. That's how I think the film will end, everybody. But I could be really wrong. But let's just look into it very quickly. What if Bond does die at the end of the film? What if he does some sort of like heroic Tony Stark, Logan thing at the end of the film? Honestly, it'll be okay. I would honestly be okay with that. I just don't think it's likely to happen. If it ever was going to happen in a movie where James Bond dies, it will be this film. But I just don't think they'll quite do it really, because once you do that and you have you'll probably do a little bit after that. It'll just be, I think, a bit anticlimactic. I just don't think it will quite work. But hey, we'll never know. Now, Aaron P has also put in a chat here. Hey, Aaron, hope you're doing well here. He's really love the channel. Thank you, mate. The reason it's brilliant is because people like you come and support it. That's the honest reason why. Thoughts on what Amazon might do to expand the franchise between films? I'm not sure how much they're going to do when it comes to expanding the franchise. But everything's possible, everybody. Everything's possible. If I had my way, I would say do a Felix Leiter TV show. I think a lot of people will be going, yeah, do something with Felix. That'd be great. My other idea, and again, it's just me, is like basically have a sort of 10-episode run of like 5-10-minute episodes and call them pre-title adventures, and essentially just have like 10 short 5-minute episodes that would be like pre-title sequences to James Bond films. But you can do so much with it. You can do animated again. I mean, James Bond Jr. wasn't exactly the best result ever of all time. Let's be absolutely fair and honest about that. But you could do something with animation. I've been speaking again, a couple of friends. I did a video on the unmade Timothy Dalton film, The Property of a Lady. Why not do that in animation? Get Timothy Dalton to come back and voice him. Do the third Timothy Dalton film that we never got, everybody. Why not? Let's come and do that. That I think be really, really cool. You could also do, if you will, does everyone loves the film Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix film? Why not do a Bond sort of villain-centric story? Why not we do the origin of Ernst Stavro Blofeld or something like that? I think that'd be really fun. I think that'd be really cool. But there are many ways to do it. I don't know what they're going to do. I'll say this, Aaron, there will 100% be some sort of expansion of the franchise in some capacity. I just have no idea what it's going to be yet, but hey, we'll never know. But keep answering your questions, man. I love answering them. Right, we got Damien again coming up here. So, Damien, what have you written? Rewatched Spectre last night with the cousins. Gets better with each viewing, and to be honest, I enjoyed it a lot. Do you know what, Damien? I'm sorry. I'm slightly with you. Spectre started, as to say, this comment of mine that when I say a film is a Spectre, for instance, The Last Jedi in Star Wars is a Spectre, where the bits that are good are like 10 out of 10, the best in the series. You can't get any better. It's just incredible. And then on the other side of things, it's the utter worst of the franchise. You can't get any worse. Spectre's a real mixture of some of the great stuff and the worst stuff. Example being, if I may, you know, Blofeld's plot in Spectre, which is basically world domination through, just listening into people, information, as you say. That is a brilliant scheme and actually really threatening, but it's explained so badly that you just lose interest in it completely, in my opinion. And I'm sorry, let's not forget as well the cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Who actually likes cuckoo? Okay, who likes cuckoo? Who thought in a Bond film we're getting cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo? But again, the pre-title sequence is great. I love the title sequence. I'm not a fan of Sam Smith's song, but I do love the title sequence. The train fight sequence is amazing. That's really great in it. There is some great stuff in it, everybody. We'll just see what happens. So, Aaron P has come back again with some more questions. Cheers, bud. Always love listening to you. So, what other options would there be to definitely conclude Daniel Craig's tenure, as in how could you establish a way where his story is over so you're ready for a new Bond? Honestly, Aaron, I know this sounds maybe really boring. Just finish off the film and then, just as they've always done, get a new Bond, mix it up and change the style and tone of it and just keep it in the new era timeline. I'm sorry, I feel that's a bit of a boring answer for you, mate. But, just looking, that's the most obvious way I see they could potentially do it and the most obvious. But let's just look into a question a little bit more. What other options would there be to definitely conclude Daniel Craig's tenure, as in how could you establish a way where his story is over so you're ready for a new Bond? Because let's just look at part 2 of his question here. Because if he retires again and comes back to MI6 again, it could be similar to other films. To be honest, this is definitely going to conclude sort of the Daniel Craig story arc. And I think honestly to say, I think it's going to end with him back in MI6 permanently. And we're just going to get a new actor and carry on and blah, 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 yah-de-da. But if they do kill him off in this and they go with someone else taking over, which I very, very, very much doubt. And I mean, really, I think there's like a 1% of that happening. That's what they do. But I don't think he's going to retire again. I think the thing is, like, Bond in the books, I'm sure you all know this, he literally keeps threatening he'll retire if he doesn't get his way the whole time. It's a bit like a stroppy little boy. I want this. If I don't get it, I'm going to resign. I won't be spoken to like that. I'm going to resign. He does do that quite a bit. But that's Bond for you. But, that could be a way of how you do it. I'm trying to think of other ways to say that they could establish a way of his story over and get ready for new Bond. Again, everybody, listen, the codename theory is a lot of rubbish. It really is a lot of rubbish. But in this new continuity timeline, if you want to establish actually the way going forward is the codename theory, then you can do that in the new in this new era. I doubt they will. I really, really do. But hey, that's how it could happen. So Mr. Bond News has written again do you think we'll have a post-credit scene in No Time to Die? No, absolutely not. I don't think. The reason I don't think I think absolutely not is this is the end, if you will, of the journey from Casino Royale to No Time to Die. And the thing is with that, if you have a post-credit sequence when you're about to get a new actor, and it's like, why it stops you having the fresh start that you need, because even between Connery and Lazenby, or Connery and Moore, or Moore and Dalton and Brosnan, yes, it was in the same continuity, yes, it was the same story going forward and forward, but again, at the same time, everybody, they were given their own fresh starts and doing something cool here. So I get where you're coming from with that. And if there was a post-credit scene, I'd like maybe a henchman like Jaws did in Spy Who Loved Me, just to come out of the water and carry on going, or suddenly, Bond's just happily going across and suddenly Hinks comes back going round 2. Bring back Mr. Hinks, everybody. Mr. Hinks is such an underrated henchman. I love Mr. Hinks. You're so cool. And the next question comes from Jordan Phillips again. Thank you, Jordan, for this. It's really, really cool conversations you always bring up. Do you think they could map out a series of Bond films with the next Bond, similar to Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy? They should. They absolutely should, Jordan. I really firmly believe that, and I'll tell you why. I think the next Bond, it will go back to more sort of standalone episodic stories. But I do wonder if we will have a bit of a sort of overarching arc again and something a bit more planned out. if they decide like the new Bond is going to do like a trilogy of movies, you know, and they just decide that up ahead and it's going to be for a continuous story or something, definitely map it out. I also think on the same, I don't know if Christopher Nolan actually really planned out his Batman trilogy that much. I mean, now it flows so well, you can't deny that it really was. You really can't deny at all. But I don't know if it's completely mapped out. To be honest, you know, if they're going to do something like that, definitely map it out in advance. Though I suspect they're going to go into more sort of, again, standalone territory again. Heck, maybe they might bring back some more old villains and reinvent them in the classic era. Who knows, everybody? You know, it really does. Who knows? And the next question again comes from Damien again. Damien, these questions are amazing as well. Okay, definitely keep them going. Another thing to do. Sorry, let me start that again. See, that's a dyspraxia. I'm thinking I'm reading something right, and I'm not. Another thing. Do you think Mr. Hinks really died? I sit in the middle on this one. He may be alive. I got to be honest with you, Damien. If pre the announcement of the cast of No Time to Die, I was with you. I was thinking, did Mr. Hinks really die? I mean, really? He could have come back. We've seen Bond villains suffer much worse fates. So I was thinking he could come back for, say, No Time to Die. But when they announced the cast of No Time to Die and he wasn't there, I think it's very much Mr. Hinks is dead, everybody. He's gone. I'm afraid we'll never see Mr. Hinks again. It's just such a shame because I'll just go into when they announced Dave Bautista was going to be like in Spectre, I was thought, oh my God, this is amazing. There's going to be a fight scene between the two. It's going to be really cool. But, you know, really just bloody hardcore and stuff like that. That's not what I got in Spectre. Spectre was the Roger Moore, Daniel Craig, James Bond. He didn't bleed once. He didn't really get damaged that much in the film. In real life, as we know, he got, you know, his knee destroyed, basically. But that fight sequence in Spectre between Bond and Hinks, without a doubt, is one of the best moments in the entire Bond franchise. I really, really love that sequence. But no, I think, unfortunately, Mr. Hinks is really dead. I think his last words will be, "Here lies Mr. Hinks." His last words, shit. That I'm afraid that is the thing. And Matt B has answered another question. Mate, honestly, everybody, just keep your questions coming because I get to have a conversation with you. I love hearing your thoughts. This is one of the reasons why I started this channel, was to speak to you or speak to my fellow Bond fans. Excuse me, I need a drink. See, just need to relax and calm it down, everybody. This is why I created the channel, is I get to chat with you all, meet people, talk to them about their experiences with James Bond and their thoughts about it. This is what's so cool about this. So what are your views on the running time? I have absolutely no issue with it whatsoever. I don't care if the film's 1 hour, 50 minutes, 1 hour, 30, 2 hours and a half hours, 3 hours. I got to be honest, I don't mind at all. And do you know what? To be fair, the films that I've seen have either been near 3 hours or 3 hours and something, like The Return of the King or Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame or King Kong, the 2005 version. I think they have some of the best running times ever. I think they flow really well. The pacing's brilliant. Everything gets really fleshed out and really gets some interesting in. So I actually have no issue really with the running time. If the pacing's great and the film really flows, it's just going to fly by, everybody. I mean, to be honest, I'm going to be so sort of hyper and so like literally just like, it's Bond. I won't know. I'll just want more and more and more. And think of it this way, Matt. We've waited 6 years for this film. They bloody better give me a long film just to make up for that. I accept it as their apology. Damien's coming in again. Thanks, you mate, Damien. A film on the same agenda with The Living Daylights / From Russia with Love. I'd love to see again. Back to basics with real espionage. Oh, I'm 100% agree with you, Damien. 100% agree again. For me, the best Bond films are more spy-centric films first, action film second. You talk about your From Russia with Loves, your Living Daylights are a perfect example of that. Casino Royale and Skyfall, I think, fit into that really as well. The best Bond films are the ones that really focus on being a spy thriller first. And I think we will see that again. I really sincerely do with all my heart. It's very traditional, I think, when new actor comes in, that they really go back to basics of what makes the Bond series great to introduce the new person. So believe me, when the next Bond film comes out, which by the way, everybody, I'll say this right now, everybody, if the 60th anniversary is obviously next year, everybody, I know we're all getting excited. It's in the news, like Barbara and Michael saying, oh, we haven't thought about Daniel Craig's replacement yet. We can't think of it at all. Absolute bull. Absolute rubbish. That is brilliant spin to show that Daniel is the best. I firmly believe with all my heart they've been searching, planning the next era of James Bond, certainly during the lockdown time. No shadow of doubt in my mind. I cannot believe for 1 second, I do not believe for 1 second that they haven't been doing that. And I believe to mark the 60th anniversary of James Bond, they will announce late in the year the 7th actor to play James Bond for filming to begin in early 2022. I really do firmly believe that, everybody. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that'd be a great way to celebrate the 60th, in my opinion. Go Henry Cavill, by the way. Also, give me your comments down below, actually, on that. Who do you want to be Daniel Craig's replacement? That's always a great conversation to have. I love talking about that as well. Mr. Bond news again. Do you consider Bloodstone game part of the chronology of the Daniel Craig era? 100% yes. I know technically it's not, but for me, the video games are part of each actor's era. Pierce Brosnan had obviously Goldeneye, Tomorrow Never Dies, Worlds on Earth, and Die Another Day, and in between that time, he also had Asian Under Fire, Nightfire, Everything or Nothing as well. So 100% agree on that. And Daniel Craig's era had his own version of Goldeneye, if you will, and Bloodstone, and stuff. I 100%. I can't. Mr. Bond news. What you've made me feel is just like I'm missing my Bond games so much. I want a new James Bond game so badly. I know there's one coming from the makers of Hitman, but I just want it now. Respectfully, I've got all the James Bond games sort of just behind there somewhere. And I play them now just how many times over and over and over again. And I never get bored of them, don't get me wrong. But I want that new James Bond game so badly. Really, really do. Quite frankly, do you know what I really would like overall? A new version of 007 Legends where you get to play all the movies and you can intertwine which actor you want for each movie. For instance, we could do Die Another Day with Roger Moore's James Bond. That would be amazing in my opinion. Jordan again. Cheers, Jordan. Keep them coming as well. Would you like to see Martin? Yes. So I'm not going to finish. I'm already answering that question before it's finished. Would you like to see Martin Campbell come back and do a third film? 100% yes. Just literally take my money now. I'm giving you my money. Martin Campbell, come back. Come back. You have done Goldeneye, my first James Bond film, and my favorite James Bond film of all time. Without a shadow of doubt, I definitely want you to come back. You did Casino Royale, which is brilliant. I don't think he should do the introduction film for the next actor, but maybe like the second or third film in his series. That would be really, really cool. But definitely Martin Campbell come back. Just Barbara and Michael should be knocking his door saying, you want to come back yet? No? Okay. We'll see you in the next one. You want to come back yet? Okay. No. We'll see you in the next one. Martin Campbell definitely come back. 100%. And this is from Damien again. Campbell would be great to see a return. Yep. 100% agree. I think in Doctor Who verse, everyone, because I'm a bit of a Whovian as well, we've really just got excited recently at the return of Russell T Davies coming back as the showrunner of Doctor Who. I see the same reaction in the Bond community that we heard that Martin Campbell would come back to direct another Bond film. It's like, well, that's just automatic winner right there. We also know everything. And I think Matt absolutely agrees with these comments as well, which is really nice to see. So I mean, just in general, I think everyone is just really excited about the potential of Martin Campbell coming back to do another Bond film. And I think it's how he left it so open, everybody. So let's go back on to Mr. Bond news. He has written, in my opinion, Richard Madden should be the next James Bond. Great choice. Keep the vocals going. Great choice, Richard Madden. Do you know what? The more I see him in things outside of Game of Thrones, and don't get me wrong, I love him in Game of Thrones, the more I'm just intrigued by him, the more I'm sort of like think you really are one hell of an amazing actor. If Richard Madden got the gig as the next James Bond, I'd be very happy. I think that'd be a terrific choice. I'd love to see what he does with the role. I'm not going to lie, he's not in my top 5 choices for the next James Bond. Being absolutely honest, I do have 5 actors I personally prefer who I think would be better. If someone comments saying, can you tell me your top 5 list? I will tell you my top 5 list. And Yeah, but you know, again, I'd be very happy to see him do it. I think he would be an absolute terrific one, as would so many other actors who could play a great James Bond. And hello to everybody who's new, who's just come onto the live stream. Everybody, welcome to the live stream. We're talking about No Time to Die here. We're about halfway through this live stream, everybody. If you've got a comment, a question, or you want to say anything about the Bond world or anything like that, just put your comments in. I'm trying to get through every single one of them, everybody, because basically you're all amazing. And I get to chat to you amazing people. So, Matt, we've got again. What do you see Project 007 game being like? Basically, the exact same Hitman games, except now with James Bond. That's how I see it. I see, beginning of every level, you get, a briefing from M, and you're going off and doing a different mission. And it's basically going to be the Hitman games, but with a 007 skin. And do you know what? I'd be really happy with that. I'd be 100% happy with that. I think it'll be a brilliant game. I'm going to have to somehow save up for PS5 because I know it's only going to come out on like the new console, certainly for me, everybody. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people. I'm desperately trying to work out in my own finances how I can save up for a PS5. I can't. I've got a house which I recently just bought with my fiance that, saving up for. I need to make sure everyone on top of everything. I've got a wedding, obviously, with my own fiance to save up for. As well. So, PS5 and stuff is way down the line in other things. Heck, I've got a children's book that I've written. I've got 4 publishers wanting to publish it. I just need to invest a bit of capital into that as well. So that'll be a while. But if I can somehow play Project 007 somehow, I will. I have to see one of my friends got a PS5 and they can just buy it for me. Or she. I don't know. I've got many gamer friends who are female. It's really great. So next one is Grant Lester. Hey, Grant. Lovely picture, by the way, mate. Welcome to the live stream. What are your top hopes for the gameplay for the new James Bond game? Again, I hope it will be something like Hitman. I really do. I think the Hitman games have been terrific throughout the years. The new ones, I think, are the best ones they've ever done. I 100% agree with that. That might sound a bit hypocritical because I know some people still say Blood Money is the best one, but I think these new Hitman games have been absolutely incredible. And just imagine what they could do with the James Bond property. I think it'll be absolutely amazing, bud. Tell me, Grant, if you're watching this, I can't see exactly who is. What would your hopes be for the gameplay? Tell me about it as well, please, because tell me your opinions as well. That's the point of this live stream. Let's just have a chat together. Exactly, Matt B. Okay. So Matt, you saw, you all agree on that. So yeah, that's what I saw here. Let's look at Damien again. So Damien, a British actor to play a future Bond villain. I would really recommend Gareth Marks, who was excellent as Jean Daniel in BBC's Bugs Bond. I still think Jason Isaacs will be okay. Maybe old though. Every single one of those is a brilliant idea. Every single one of those, Damien, is a terrific idea for a James Bond villain. Do you know what? I haven't done a video on this yet, but I'm sort of like developing it, and I'll say it to you all right now, everybody. Let me just put this away for a moment. One of my biggest issues currently with the James Bond franchise is I think there is not enough female villains in the rogues gallery. I'm sorry, for me, the idea of we haven't had Helen Bonham Carter as a villain yet in the Bond franchise, or Emma Thompson, or Imelda Staunton, or maybe get Daisy Ridley to be a villainess in the films or something like that. I think very, very firmly we need more female villains in the franchise because we've had like Rosa Clare and Electra King, great villains in the franchise. And I think we need more female villains. I'm going to do a whole video on it eventually. But Gareth Marks would be absolutely a great choice for a Bond villain down the line, and 100% behind Jason Isaacs. Jason Isaacs again would be, I'm very much just take my money. Just take my money to see him go off against the next Bond. And Jordan has answered the question, who are my top 5 actors to play Bond? All right, everybody, listen. Numbers 2 to 5 are completely interchangeable. I don't mind where you place them. My number 1 choice, though. Hold on. Very minute before I get to that, Damien said actually Jason Isaacs is 007. I think he is a bit too old at the moment, mate. However, he would have been absolutely terrific. But hey, let's hope he is a great Bond villain, in my opinion. But no, my top 5 actors to play James Bond. All right. In no particular order, apart from the number 1, which I'll get to last. Tom Hiddleston. I think he'll be a terrific James Bond. You've got James Norton. I saw him in that show McMafia, and I thought, yeah, you've got the chops to do it if you want to do it. And there was a lot of rumblings at one point for him doing it. I remember that. Next one I'd say is the actor Aidan Turner. If you don't know who he is, he's very famous now for playing the BBC's new Poldark, as playing the title character, Ross Poldark. He's really, I think, a great choice as well. The other one is, again, one that's really screamed out a lot, and it was at one point that rumor confirmation he was cast. But Tom Hardy. I think Tom Hardy would do a great Bond trilogy, maybe. I think Tom Hardy would be a terrific James Bond. But so many people out there, and it's nothing really massively special or saying, my number one choice to replace Daniel Craig is Henry Cavill. I know that sounds boring, and some of you might be going, yes! Some of you are going, oh, God, no. But I think Henry Cavill would just be absolutely brilliant. I do, everybody. I think it would be amazing. I think it would be really cool to see him as James Bond. I think he's just one of those actors who's brilliant at acting and just literally dives into everything he does. And at the same time, we'll just give it something new and interesting. I'm sorry. I mean, I know it sounds very boring, but I am a massive fan of the idea of Henry Cavill as the next James Bond. Luke sends in congratulations. I assume that's about the about getting married or things like that. I thank you very much, Luke. I hope you're well. Tell me, Luke, what are you really excited about coming towards the new year and then, No Time to Die in the future, James Bond? Come on, you got to tell me what you're thinking, mate. Matt also sends in congratulations. Thank you very much. Truth of the matter is, actually, I proposed to my fiance last year. I'll take a drink in a minute. We basically had a decision to make. We can either A, save up for a house first, or B, get married first. We decided to save up for a house first. So now we've got the house really sort of in the bag at the moment, just sorting the last few details. We're now on to the process of, organizing and setting up the wedding. Annoyingly, I'm not allowed to have it James Bond themed. Also, it got vetoed that she would walk down the aisle to the Bond theme music. Very annoying that, but hey, you can't have everything. But we have got some little Bond elements in the wedding plan somehow. I know that she's very much wants our sort of passions to be in there as well. And Mr. Bond News, I'd love to see a faithful adaptation of the Moonraker novel with a new Bond. Do you know what? You are not the only person, Mr. Bond News. You are not the only person who wants to see a faithful adaptation of Moonraker done somewhere down the line. And do you know what? I'm in that absolutely as well. I think a faithful adaptation of Moonraker would be a really actually good idea to do as a film. It's one of those ideas, actually, back when it was written, I think it would have been, how can I put it? It is a really cinematic one. And I know Ian Fleming originally created the story of Moonraker to potentially be a movie. And it's just one of those ones, like a similar thing, like a rocket aiming for the United Kingdom. You times that by 10, like having the instead of being a nuke, like a biological weapon or something, and you could just go crazy with that. So yeah, I'm definitely on board. If they announce the next Bond's called, I don't know, For Queen and Country, it's not the name of the next film, it's just my idea for a great Bond film title, and it's going to be an adaptation of the Moonraker novel, I'd be like, you've got a winner there. And obviously, Damon says, sorry, I meant Jason Alex 007. Again, I think he would have been great. I think he is a bit too old now. They're going to look for someone in their probably mid-30s again, like they did with Daniel. And but hey, what about an amazing villain? That sounds like a great idea for me. Ooh, we're getting quite a few in here now. We're going to get through them all, everybody. I'll stay on here. As long as you put questions, I will answer them because you're all amazing, and it's the least I can do. So, Josephine Joba, Matt, my older brother is a massive Death in Paradise fan, and he sort of got me onto the show quite recently. And even he said to me before the live, I need where's my WhatsApp just to prove my point here. He was saying, a future Bond girl, Henry, what do you think of Josephine Joubert as a future Bond girl? And I said she would be brilliant. She would be absolutely brilliant. What an amazing actress that lady is. She probably is actually, I think, more the star of Death in Paradise than some of the main people they get in the show. So, Matt, I am so on board for that idea of Josephine Joubert, and I'm sorry for saying wrong, as a Bond woman. That would just be utterly fantastic. Thoughts on the James Bond comics? Mr. Bond News, I'm going to be absolutely honest with you, I haven't read them yet. There's some great ones out recently, like, James Bond of Spectre and a new Felix Leiter one. It's really cool. I think they're really cool. I'm basically, again, I know this sounds really pathetic. I haven't really got that much spare cash at the moment. But when I do, they're on my Amazon save list to buy. So I'm going to get them there. But can you give me your comments about them and tell me what you think about them? Because I'd actually really like to hear that. That would be really, really cool. And we got Grant again. I think talking again about the James Bond video game. Grant, you and me, I think, could have hours of chatting about the James Bond video game franchise, and I would just say that is pure heaven. Gameplay for Project 007, a mix between the new Hitman games, Uncharted set pieces, detective work, stick with that espionage style from Russia with Love, and in the beginning of Living Daylights. Grant, from now on, you are in charge. Yes, you are. You are now the game director of Project 007 because I want that game. I'm sorry. I'm saying. I want that game. I want that game badly. I think you have literally, honestly, in my opinion, and again, my opinion only, nailed it. I think you have, without a shadow of a doubt, nailed that idea of what the next James Bond game should be, because you take the Hitman game, but you get that little Uncharted side of it, really get into sort of the espionage side of things. That I think would be grinning. So Grant, for me, just I hope you're a game developer, mate, because I want that game. I want that game. And then we've got a new person here, Lorenzo. Hello, Lorenzo. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope everyone's having a nice evening, everybody. Hope we're all well. Let me just have another quick sip. Oh, awesome. Are you excited for No Time to Die? Unbelievably excited for No Time to Die. I'm seeing it on Thursday night at 6:30 after work at the Empire Cinema in Catch Garrison. I got a friend from work who decided to come with me, which is really great because he and I are really, really close friends. He's a massive Marvel fan, but he's really getting in a bit into his Bond. I think that's sort of rubbing off on him from me. I was going to tell a story about this friend. He basically said to me last week, can I borrow Casino Royale, Quantum, Skyfall, and Spectre to rewatch again? And he literally came back on Monday morning last week and said, so, Henry, Casino Royale, utterly amazing, utterly brilliant. Quantum, boring as sin. Skyfall, incredible. Spectre, what the hell happens in that movie? I've watched it and I still don't know what has happened in that movie. Which I just said, my friend, because I won't say his name here on live stream, so you won't like that. You've just summed up Spectre for so many people in the world. That really is it. Okay. Next question, again from Lorenzo. I look forward for a new James Bond video game. I think we all are. I think, honestly, we talk about how hungry and waited we have for No Time to Die, you know, basically being 6 years, basically. It's been since 2012. Yeah, it's been about, you know, just pre-2012. We've actually had a new, it's 2012 when 007 Legends came out, where we had a new James Bond game. And let's face it, 007 Legends wasn't exactly the cream of the crop, the coup d'etat of James Bond games either. You know, it's been now, you know, nearly over 10 years. I'm desperate for a James Bond game. I just remember when EA were like really good game developers, and we had Agent Under Fire, Nightfire, and Everything or Nothing. Then we did have Goldeneye Rogue Agent, but then we had From Russia with Love. They were like, for me, I know Goldeneye on the 64 is the classic James Bond game, be all to end all, but that bundle of time, I really connect very strongly with the Bond franchise. And those are some of my more favorite sort of like games I play more often. They're like my personal like James Bond video games to play again and again and again. So yeah, Lorenzo, I'm right with you. Bring on the new James Bond game. And from Luke, we have again, I can't see Rami Malek's Safin. 100% agree with you on there, everybody. I very much believe that your hero is only as good as your villain. A hero is what makes the movie, in a sense. The villain is what makes the movie. Example being, would Star Wars been as good if it didn't have Darth Vader? Would Infinity War and Endgame be as good if it didn't have Thanos to go against? Your villain is just as important as your hero, if not more important than your hero, because beating the villain will make the hero look good. But if you get on the ride and like love to hate the villain, you're basically there. And I think Safin is going to be one of the all-time great Bond villains. Just from the bits I've seen in the trailer and the clips they released on the Graham Norton show in the UK recently, which I did watch, I think Safin's literally, maybe I'm getting too high expectations, but I'm just getting so excited for Safin. It is absolutely ridiculous, everybody. It is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm right with you, Luke. Let's just wait for Safin. So, Nixon, GTA Tapes. Awesome. Lovely name, by the way, everybody. Hello, GTA Tapes. So, 007 film needs a memorable villain in order to be memorable entry in the franchise. Good question. I'm going to say actually no. I think they're 10 times better when they have memorable villains. I will say this as well, another note. I think, sometimes some of the Bond films, I think, some of the best ones haven't always had the best villains in. Example being For Eyes Only, I think it's one of the best James Bond films, but Kristatos is a terrible villain, in my opinion, not a very good villain. So that sort of thing. But at the same time, your logic is sound, bud. Your logic is sound because, as I say, Skyfall, you had Safin, Dr. No, you had obviously the namesake, you know, you had Spectre throughout the lines, Goldeneye had Alec Trevelyan. So what you're saying, I think, has a lot of merits and weighs up. 1180, hey mate, honestly, you know what? We keep saying like, yeah, I'll come on your show and do stuff. Message me again because I definitely want to come on your show again if you still want me on there, because I'd love to go on. And you're talking about Moonraker next. Moonraker is going to be our next review. Can't say I'm looking forward to it. You gotta love Moonraker, mate. It's the Star Wars film of James Bond. It's the one where they just completely go, what the, you know, screw everything. Let's have Bond with laser gun fights. It's just so. Do you know what I love Moonraker? It's actually, again, it goes to Spectre. Spectre, I think, half-assed a lot of the things that he did in that film and didn't really commit to it and go with it. Moonraker, I love, even though you could say like it's terrible, at least Moonraker went the full hog. It took Bond in space with laser guns fights and all the anti-gravity stuff. It went the full hog. But I do very much, on that note, everybody, sorry for the bit of a plug, but 1180's channel, it's really great looking at the Bond films. It's a really, really great, fun YouTube channel. If you haven't heard of them yet, just go to their channel without a shadow of a doubt. We got Luke in. Do you not think Tom Hardy might be a bit too old now, unfortunately? Yes. Oh, no, 100% agree with that, Luke. I do think that Tom Hardy might be a bit old now. Excuse me. Thing is, it's just, unfortunately, just still at the moment, he's just still one of the people I just love to see as a potential new James Bond. I just think he would be so amazingly good as James Bond. I really, really do. Grandmaster, everyone give the video a thumbs up like. I give, you know what? Don't give the video a thumbs up. I give you all a thumbs up and a like, because I started this channel and this live stream just to, you know, one of the points of it is just to basically meet people like you know, everyone on here, and just chat to you all and just, you know, talk about the thing that we love, which is James Bond. And that's one of the reasons I started this channel, and just doing it right now, it makes it just so worth it. I'm literally going to be like on Monday morning going saying I did this live stream. It was one of the best things ever. It really will be. So everybody, I give you a thumbs up. We now have Dame again. Just make a game based on the Living Daylights film and I'd be happy. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Do you know what? It's interesting. There are so many video game versions of James Bond that we want. I know there is a Living Daylights video game technically, but yeah, this is what I say. Do 007 Legends properly. Adapt every single film into one game and let you choose which Bond you want in that film. That, I think, would be the best James Bond game ever. Jordan Phillips, who are some of your favorite YouTube creators? Okay, I was wondering if that ever question would come up. It's no surprise, everybody. The first YouTuber I ever saw for James Bond was Calvin Dyson. I honestly think he's an absolute legend. I got the great fortune of, I reached out to him literally on Twitter, said, I'd love to do a video with you. And we did a video together. It's on the channel now, everybody. I really recommend it, where we actually looked, because Calvin's doing a lot of work at the moment, like looking at the films that the Bond actors have done outside the franchise. And together, we literally chose 2 films from each actor and chosen our favorites within that, about who was our favorite sort of performances. Like for Sean Connery, we both said Indiana Jones's dad in The Last Crusade. But definitely go check that out. So I think Calvin Dyson's amazing. I hope to one day do another video with him again. I also watch the Bond Experience of David Zaritsky. I think he's fantastic. I love his videos. Literally, if I know his videos on, I basically rearrange my lunch hour at work just so I can watch his whole video. And it's the same with my other choice as well, which is Joseph Darlington's, the Being James Bond guy. He's absolutely amazing as well. Again, Joe Darlington is absolutely incredible. And I love it when Joe Darlington and Calvin and David all come together and do something, or whether it's like the fan debates, or, the sophomore slumps, or it's the last film the worst, or their first films are the best. I really love that as well. I also watch a lot of Jerome Dutch Bond fan. I watch him a lot. I listened to the James Bond and Friend podcast the whole time. You know, I got, again, by pure luck, I got asked would I like to come on it just for an episode talking about the recent 2 like international trailer and final US trailer. It was just, for what, you know, the ability to be on it was just amazing. I also follow on Twitter Dr. Lisa Funnel quite a bit. I follow so many people either on YouTube or Twitter, and I listen to so much stuff. It's honestly, it's just I could go on and on and on, but if I go on anymore, it's a bit unfair to you all. So John, just know that I literally, probably who you listen to online is who I'm listening to or watching online. Michael Pearson. Hey, Michael Pearson. Evening. Did you also see the new Naomi clip on the Graham Norton show? Sensational performances. I won't go into detail about the clip, Michael, just for the benefit of people who might not be seeing it yet, but I 100% agree with you. That clip showed to me the point that Bond is still James Bond. The film still is up to his usual womanizing techniques. It's just not going to, say, work like it did in the old days, but the character is still there. And the banter between Naomi and Bond, I think, this film are just going to be incredible. This is where the work of Phoebe Waller-Bridge comes in. This great banter conversation between characters, which really is just getting me excited beyond belief, everybody. So I did see it, and it did make me, again, it took my excitement level, if it's even possible, up a bit more. Luke wrote in, what do you think of the recent BBC radio interview with Ali Plum? Is it Ali Plum and Daniel Craig? I think I know the one you're talking about, because I've seen so many interviews recently, either radio or not, on, you know, talking about No Time to Die. It's getting a bit trying to remember them all. But essentially, I think I have one. I really liked it. I thought it was a great interview. It's really interesting stuff. And I'm loving how Daniel Craig's sort of marketing himself now and looking back in it all, talking about the highs and lows, and just, you know, being upfront and honest and just talking about why actually he loved playing James Bond. I think that's the thing I'm really getting out of it. 1180 also writes, next Bond game will be free to play on Android and iOS. No, I think it will be the Project 007 Hitman game. I think it will be on Xbox Series X? Series X, is it that what it is? Series X? I'm not 100% sure on that. But you know, I think it'll be, you know, PlayStation 5. Sure, I think that's when the next game go out. Again, you know, there might be a new mobile game coming out, which I have no idea on. Grant Lesser again. Last question from me. Oh, mate. How did the collaboration with Calvin Dyson happen? What are your feelings now about it? It was great to see this happen, by the way. For me, it was great because, again, I just basically, I won't go into detail how it's going, because then, you know, it's a private thing between us two. Nothing bad or anything, by the way, but you know, I just basically he commented on, I'll say this, he commented on one of my videos, I commented back, and a conversation started. My feelings about it is absolutely incredible. You know, you saw the great conversation on the video. It was really great. There was great conversation before and afterwards. He's just a really, really nice guy. He's a really cool guy. You know, apart from James Bond, there are a lot of things we did love together and we did talk about as well, which was really, really great. He's just one of those people. He is an incredibly nice guy, and I really hope that down the line we can do some more collaborations. We, you know, chatted about it a bit, so you know, it could happen down the line, mate. But Grant, if this is the last time you're on here, thanks for coming on, mate. I hope you enjoyed and have a great day at work. And if you're like me, looking forward to No Time to Die coming very, very soon. Damien, watching No Time to Die is seeing on Thursday midday at Mariel Cinema in Shetland. So you're seeing it before me, Damien. So I hope you enjoy it. Really, really cool. I'm seeing it again Thursday night, Empire Cinema, Cash at Garrison. I'm seeing it with a friend of work. Really, really excited about it. And I just can't wait to see it. Just really can't. I think I'll say this, everybody. When I saw Casino Royale trailers, I got hyped like this was going to be something special. When Quantum of Solace trailers came out, I thought, I'm just not feeling the same hype for it. Skyfall trailers came out, the hype was just boom. It was. And I think Skyfall is one of the best James Bond films of all time. Spectre, but like this. The No Time Dry trailers are just like, well, Skyfall and Casino Royale for me. So I think this, if you go by my gut, everybody, No Time to Die, I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. But I hope you enjoy it. And like me, Damien, I'm not going to put any spoilers online for a long time, everybody, just so everyone can enjoy the film and enjoy it. Favorite Bond novel from Mr. Bond News. I'm going to be honest. I think it's either going to be You Only Live Twice or Goldfinger or Casino Royale. It's one of those three. it's one of those three. I think is one of the best ones. I know a lot of people say, why not On a Majesty's Secret Service? It's a great book. But I think No Live Twice is really interesting as a book. I love Shatterhand in the Garden of Death. I won't go any more detail on that if you haven't read the book. Casino Royale book, as to say, it's the one that birthed it. It's really, really great. And maybe it's just because I finished watching Goldfinger, the film, and I just finished rereading the book, that it's really high up in my ranking. But again, on the channel, sometime, I don't know when, but down the line, we will do a review and talk about the James Bond books, everybody. I promise you that. Lorenzo, 007 Bloodstone is a fantastic Bond video game. Love EA Games era, fantastic Bond video games. We've actually, if you look at the history of James Bond games, just, I know it's been a very long time since we've had one, but just looking like, say, from GoldenEye 64 to now, we've been blessed with a hell of a lot of amazing James Bond games. I love Everything or Nothing from Russia with Love. I think they're some of my favorite James Bond video games that have been. Obviously, taking out GoldenEye 64 is the greatest. We've had some doozers like Tomorrow Never Dies, I didn't think was quite good, or GoldenEye Rogue Agent. Agent and Fire Nightfire was amazing. Nightfire, to this day, has the best multiplayer I've ever played on any console, even beating Time Splitters or Call of Duty Online, everybody. So I, honestly, one thing I really want to do with this channel, everybody, is get one of those sort of, those like card things you plug in that you can record game footage of. I want to get one of those. So if you know a really good one, just message me or email me something, please, because I'd love to do playthroughs and reviews on the channel of the James Bond games. I just need that to do it. Again, hey, mate. Done, mate. I'll send you a message tomorrow. Thanks a lot, bud. I'm going to be talking about Moonraker. Awesome. Okay, we're going to have so much fun, my friend, when it comes to talking about the pre-title sequence and the ending. It's going to be fun. So glad I found your channel through Calvin Dyson, mate. Really? Wow. Awesome. Really, really cool, mate. I say I was wondering about that. Do you know what? For me to do a video with Calvin was terrific. He is one of the nicest human beings on the planet, I really have to say. And just, go keep watching his channel. He did a video on today when I recorded this live stream, basically, which was essentially, his final hopes for No Time to Die. Brilliantly put together, wonderful stuff done. I'm so jealous he's going to the premiere. I am actually so jealous. The reason I'm not going is to say, got so much stuff to save up for. It's in London. I'm going to be honest, we in the UK, we seem to be going through a phase of like getting under control, slightly not getting under control. I personally don't just feel comfortable quite yet going to London, if I'm absolutely honest. Plus also, I'm sorry, I don't feel comfortable spending that much money going to it when, I'm going to see it on the day, Thursday. So, it's just a couple of days waiting. I can wait that longer, but I'm so jealous he's going to the premiere, if I'm absolutely honest. Damien, I'm gonna butcher this. I'm very sorry. Basuku Beppa and his Bond live streams, worth a shout out to Henry. I am going to basically screen grab this right now, and I'm going to look into that straight after this. I'm going to look into this straight after this thing, because if there's a new Bond thing to watch, then I'm definitely going to watch it. Luke McCallum writes, what is your favorite and least favorite Bond movie? Okay. My favorite James Bond of all time, a lot of people might have the same, might not. It's Goldeneye. It was the first James Bond film I watched. I still rank it as the highest and the best James Bond film. I think the story, the cast, the action, the villains, just everything about it is the best in James Bond for me personally. And I have the most personal connection to it. Please know that I watched Goldeneye when I was 4 years old. My mum rented it from Blockbuster for my other brother of 3 years, and I just ended up coming watching it. So Goldeneye started my love affair with movies as well. So, it's an impossible film to beat. My least favorite would have to be Quantum of Solace. Maybe an obvious choice, but the reason it's my least favorite is I feel it's the biggest wasted opportunity in the Bond franchise, Quantum of Solace is. And I'm just really, really do not like, the shaky cam, quick editing, because I think that's one of the most annoyingest things. And I'm so glad it's a phase that has finally left cinema, apart from this G.I. Joe Origins film, apparently Snake Eyes, which has it. Sorry. And I blame Bourne. I actually blame the Bourne series for starting this ridiculous quick cutting shaky cam thing. Damon, favors You Only Live Twice. That was the first one I saw, age 6 in the 1980s. Worst Bond film. Don't have one as I like them all. Awesome, Damien. Awesome. You Only Live Twice is a great film. Again, watch that one quite recently as well. Do you know what? You only live twice. A lot of people say that Connery looks bored and you're really upset and dull playing that. I don't see it, if I'm absolutely honest. I don't really see it. I think he still gives a really great performance. The twinkle isn't quite as much in this, I will admit, but I think it's a really, really fun, really, really great film to end on. If Sean Connery had left On You Live Twice, I think it would have been better for him, in my personal opinion. Jordan writes, final one from me. Oh, mate, you having to head off too? Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here, mate. And definitely keep chatting to me all the time as you can. Because again, the more I chat to great Bond people like you, it's just amazing. Final one for me. Who do you think is the coolest Bond? For me, it's Brosnan without doubt. Yes, it is Brosnan for me. Again, I'm biased, everybody. Brosnan is my childhood Bond. Okay, I grew up with Brosnan. Brosnan is the Bond is the epitome of manhood for me. The man I would model myself afterwards, whether it puns, style, hairstyle, you name it. And you know, to be fair, I've got curly hair, so I'm not exactly going well with that. By the way, like the Bond cap. You know, Brosnan is the coolest James Bond for me, without a shadow of a doubt. Okay. GTA Tapes. Kiss, marry, kill. Let's go. Judi Dench, Vesper Lynd, Madeline Swan. You're not pulling your punches, are you, mate? Okay. So, kiss. I will kiss Judi Dench is M anyway, because that woman, to be honest, could just ask me go take down some dictatorship somewhere, and I would just say yes, ma'am. Marry, I would probably marry Vesper Lynd. Be a bit worried if she's meeting some people handing suitcases to, but we'll worry about that. And I'd probably kill Madeline Swan because, as of this moment, I think she's not a very particularly great Bond lady. I think her character is written very poorly or badly in Spectre, and I would rather kiss and marry Vesper Lynd or Judi Dench. Hope that answers your question. If you've got any more kiss, marry, kills, why don't you put them down as well? Damien, it's been nice speaking to you, Henry. It's my personal privilege to speak to you, mate. We'll catch you again. Keep up the British end up, sir. Always. Nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Damien, you're the best. Shove it down. And Grant, you come back, mate. You come back to me. Sorry, last question. Oh, okay. This is the last question. What moments in the movies would you love to play in a video game? E.g., hang out the plane in Uncharted 3 gave me like the Living Daylights vibes. I'd love tail an assassin like Patrice in Skyfall. I'd say, off the top of my head, I'd love to do the crocodile location from Live and Let Die. That's always one I thought would be really cool in the Bayou chase sequence. I've done a lot of Brosnan stuff on video games, so I won't really count that much. I would probably say when it comes to George Lazenby, I'd like to do the bobsleigh bit in Our Majesty's Secret Service. I'd like to do what else would I really like to do? Just trying to think what hasn't been done in video game form yet. A lot of stuff on Thunderball would be great, and a bit of You Only Live Twice stuff in video games. There's plenty of stuff to do. Heck, basically, I was just saying about this now. A more adult version, but do the Lego game technique and just apply it to James Bond. Do all the films and just do a couple levels per thing. It'd be great. Love to you all. I'd love to tail. I assume love to talk, mate. Grant, very much love to talk. Just put me a message on the chat and I'll just happy chat to you further, mate. It'll be absolutely my personal privilege. Luke has come again saying, would you like to see Christopher Nolan direct the next James Bond movie? Do you know what? Pre-Tenant, Luke, I would have said 100% yes. He's my top favorite. Now, I'm not so sure. And I'll tell you why. His films are incredible, without a shadow of a doubt. I think no one is denying that. The thing is with Christopher Nolan recently, he's had a bit of a obsession with playing with sound. Now, me personally, when it comes to my movies, I don't mind the quality is bad, but I want clear crystal sound, specifically dialogue. Okay? You can have explosions going off to the left, right, and center. That's fine. But I want to make sure no matter what's happening, I can always hear dialogue perfectly clear. And I think his obsession recently with playing around with sound too much has made me think I'm a bit worried now if he directs a James Bond film. And also, he's doing that new film now on the Oppenheimer project, so I think he won't be directing the next James Bond film. Might be the one after that, though. Matt B writes again, it would be good if No Time to Die was dedicated to Roger Moore and Sean Connery. I bet you £100 it is right now. It will be. There will be somewhere in that, like pre the film or before the end credits, this film is dedicated to Roger Moore and Sean Connery, and actually I think Honor Blackman as well. We'll get a mention as well. That I'm pretty sure will happen. If it doesn't, there will be outrage, and I really do think so. Jordan Phipps. Okay, I lied. This is my last one. Everyone says it's your last one, but just keep them coming, mate. Keep them coming. Do you think Naomi will be 007, or do you think it's just a marketing thing and she'll be a different 00? Okay, I'll say this right now. Jordan, great question. A lot of people have been thinking about this, and I'll give my 2 cents on this. I do believe Naomi will be the new 007 in the film, because if Bond is retired, it doesn't mean his number's retired. Like I say, when you do a job, one day, when you retire, you'll be replaced by someone, okay? And so I do think Naomi is the new 007 in the film. She's not James Bond. She is just the new 007. I do, though, believe 100% by the end of the film, Bond will have his 007 number back. I don't know how he'll have it, but I 100% believe that he will get his 00 number back. And Naomi might become 0012 or 009. I don't know. But that's something how I see it right now. But never understood quite the hatred of Naomi so far. I don't quite understand. I think it's just honestly some tabloids just rattling things up that isn't there. GCA Tapes writes in again. Every Bond gadget has to go. Only one can stay. Which one? I'd have to go with my all-time favorite, my classic, which is my Class 4 grenade pen. 3 clicks, arms the fuse. Another 3 clicks, disarms it. How long did you say the fuse was? I always said the pen was mighty in the sword. Thanks to me, they were right. God rest in peace, Desmond. Okay, so yeah, that's a classic one for me. Look, I think I've got a pen here. If I got a squeeze, no, I haven't got a pen here. I've got this pen, but basically at work, I've got one of the the clicky pens. Everyone at work knows that literally I'm always playing with it, going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. I'm always doing it at work, and they now know where it's from. It's like they go, Henry, you're doing the pen thing again. It's not hurting anybody. Why don't you let me do the pen thing? Michael Pearson. Hey, Michael, how are you? What's your most controversial Bond opinion? Mine is Never Say Never Again is better than Thunderball. I honestly don't know. I'm trying to think. What is my most controversial Bond opinion? I honestly can't think. I'm not trying to say I probably do have some sort of controversial Bond opinion. I just honestly, for the life of me, Michael, I can't think of it. I think someone, people commented and give me some opinions you think might be controversial, and I'll see if I agree with them or disagree with them. Because I honestly, I'm not just trying to get out of this question. I really am not. I'm just like, it's honestly a bit like a mental blank at the moment. I don't know. I don't know what is classed as controversial these days. Sorry, Michael. Just let's see what anyone writes in, and let's see if I can give you an answer. Luke, back on Tenet. The plot of Tenet still makes my head hurt. Oh no, I get Tenet. I get the plot of it. It's actually really cool and interesting, I think. The thing is with me, actually, weird enough when it comes to it, Luke, it's just his intentional choice that you can't actually hear dialogue at times or really understand what people are saying. It's like, what's the point then? If you're going to do a silent film, just explosions, do that. But if people are speaking, I want to be able to hear what they're saying at all times. Okay? I don't want to miss it. And Lee Lewis writes, "You are invincible! The chief of computers will call me a genius, move me to Moscow, and $1 million hard currency. I think not. Nobody screws Boris Grishenko. Spite them." Oh, God. Again, another reason why Goldeneye is so great. Alan Cummings, Boris Grishenkov, such a wonderful character. I really, really love. Again, when we're at school, when I was a little kid, with my friends, we used to go, "I am invincible" all the time, and we still do it to this day. Even if we're having a really sort of, do you know what? Me and my brother do this at all. When me and my brother play Warhammer 40k. If we're having a bit of a bad time, we say, "Don't worry, I'm invincible." We still do it. It's part of the lexicon. If you grew up in the 90s, that's part of your dialogue. I'm sorry. And I bet anyone does as well. Okay. Casino Royale or Skyfall, and why? If I had to pick between the two, Skyfall. Skyfall, I think, is the better film. I think it is just an amazing James Bond film. I know some people say it's like it's too cliche, like everything happens exactly how it's meant to for Silver. But I just fell in love with Skyfall. I think from a visual standpoint, audio, the cinematography from Roger Deakins on the digital camera is beautiful, and the sound's incredible. The story, and again, this is a bit of a cop out here, everybody, but if I had my best friend on this channel, he would tell you right from the age of like 9 when I first met him, I had this idea of a story where a list of agents gets, accidentally stolen. Bond has to go and find them, and MI6 becomes under attack. What is the plot of Skyfall? So I'm personally believe that Eon are listening to me and stealing my James Bond ideas, which is not a bad idea because I swear I've actually got some good ideas for Bond films down the line. I'd love to direct a James Bond film. I really would. But no, Skyfall, I think, is just really great. I saw that film like 4 times at the cinema. It brought me having new friends at uni, that film. Just Skyfall was just a really special film for me. I will say this, actually, a little fun story with Casino Royale. I watched it, obviously, the night it came out. And there was this guy at my school, I won't get his name, but he was very, I think it's he's a gay guy and, all that stuff. He's one of the nicest guys in the world. But I remember he came into my class the next day saying, Henry, wasn't Casino Royale so great? And I said, yeah, it was an amazing film. I'm glad, did you enjoy it there? Why didn't you tell me you were there? I would have met up and probably said hi. He goes, yeah, wasn't Daniel Craig hot in his Speedos? It's like, everyone looked at me and said, well, to be honest, I was more interested in Eva Green. And it's like, we were just joking about it. He was honestly, that was a great night. And again, I brought him to being one of my friends. It was fantastic. Really, really great. But Skyfall for me is the special one. Damien, the Culture Cast 30th Special Spectacular 007. I'm going to add that to the list as well. Quick screen grab. Done. Awesome. Do you think I'm going to check all this out? Honestly, you give me recommendations. I'm going to check it out, Damien, without a shadow of a doubt. All the time. Ooh, 1 hour, 11 minutes. We've gone on longer than I thought, but we can still go on. The questions are still coming in, so I am going to answer them for you. Matt B, what is your favorite Bond gadget watch? Do you know what? Actually, my favorite Bond gadget watch is actually from Live and Let Die. I love it with the magnetic thing on it that can potentially to stop the power of a bullet, and then when he rolls it and becomes like a saw, to cut through the ropes. The Live and Let Die watch, I think, is one of the best sort of gadget watch. Is the best gadget watch that Bond has ever had, in my opinion. Maybe followed closely by the one in World's Not Enough, but no, the Live and Let Die watch, I'd say definitely. Grant, you're back in. What did you enjoy from Quantum of Solace? Yeah, it wasn't my last question after all. What I really enjoyed actually with Quantum of Solace is the Green Planet Party. That's a really, really great scene. And I love the dialogue. Please, my friends call me Dominic. I'm sure they do. That's really, really great. You're both the expression damaged goods. And I like the scenery of actually Quantum of Solace quite a bit. The Opera House is the Opera House is the best sequence in the movie. The Quantum of Solace is worth watching just purely for the opera sequence. So wonderfully done. There are good stuff in Quantum of Solace. It's just, I think it's ruined by the shaky cam and the quick editing. And you know what? That film has an unfair bias because the actors' strike potentially looming, had the writers' strike which got involved with it. It had a unfair disadvantage, everybody. See, you need to calm down my voice. I'm going too quick. Everybody. It really had a disadvantage, everybody. But you know what? At least they turned it out. I think it's better than what I think someone who's never directed a film before could, do. I think Mark Foster did an all right job, and it had some great moments in, to be fair. Luke, come back in. You should ask for royalties from Skyfall. I would if I could prove it. Honestly, what I'm hoping for is if I ever say some of my future Bond ideas for stories, just make them into films. Just make them into films. They'll be terrific. GTA Tapes writes again, hey, mate, what if Safin is just the origin story? By the end of No Time to Die, he will become true Dr. No and go on to the next film with a new Bond, like Q and M, with the same for multiple Bonds. I like that idea. I'm not against the idea of Safin turning out to be Dr. No. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they've just borrowed elements they haven't used from the novel version of Dr. No and put him into this character. But your idea of this is becoming an origin of Dr. No to become the next really big bad guy going forward in the Bond series, I think is a really interesting idea. It could be really cool. If he does turn out to be Dr. No, I'm okay with it. I'm honestly okay with them rebooting old villains in the new timeline, as long as you do something new and interesting and different with them. I think Blofeld showed that it doesn't work if you do it in a bad way. But if Safin does end up being Dr. No, I'm okay with that, if I'm absolutely honest. I really am. Next question again from Luke. Favorite single action scene from any Bond movie? Oh. Again, really, really great one. Do you know what? Of all the action sequences in any Bond film, there are two that really come to my mind. Like the top 10. Top 2. When it comes to action scene, one is the Casino Royale parkour chase, which I think everyone... I've never known a person who doesn't like that parkour chase. And the tank chase sequence from Goldeneye again. But which one of those two would I say is like my favorite? You know what? I'm going to go with Goldeneye. That tank chase is just... Again, I'm too connected with it, Luke. I'm too connected with it. It's just something really amazing and just incredible, in my opinion. I just absolutely loved it. So at the moment, everybody, we have caught up with all the questions. So what I'll do is I'll just talk to you about anything on there, just some more of the things I'm looking forward to when it comes to No Time to Die. Oh, sorry, we just got a question here. Snog, marry, sleep with. Okay, we've got another song. Grant, what have you given me? Una Bunt. You mean man. Rosa Klebb. You mean man. Russian pipeline woman in Living Daylights. You dirty man. Okay, come on. We can do this, enemy. We can do this. So, okay. I will marry the Russian pipeline woman with Living Daylights. I'll do that. I will snog Rosa Klebb. So hold on. Sorry. Let's just go for this again. Sorry. I'm going to marry Russian pipeline woman from the Living Daylights. And then I've got snog or sleep with. Okay. Which one of them would I not want to sleep with? This sounds so awful. I'm sounding such a horrible man here. Okay, who would I sleep? Okay. I'll sleep with Rosa Klebb and snog Una Bunt. Okay, there I go. Okay, snog Una Bunt, sleep with Rosa Klebb, marry Russian pipeline woman Living Daylights. There you go. You made me suffer there, Grant. But you're saying sorry. I should get you to answer that question. Go on, Grant. Here it is. Snog, marry, or sleep with Una Bunt, Rosa Klebb, Russian pipeline woman in the Living Daylights. There you go. You know your question. Let's see your answers to that. It's part of the fun of doing a live stream. We just get to watch me suffer, everybody. But while we wait for if there's any more questions coming up, everyone, let me just talk to you about a couple of things I'm really excited about when it comes to No Time to Die. I'm going to start off with something very sort of small and silly here, everybody. But essentially, one of the things I'm actually looking forward to, and it doesn't sound silly, is just a nice, proper gun barrel right at the beginning. Grant, has quickly answered his back. Well done, Grant. I'm applauding you, sir. Thank you, Vudge. You're sleeping with Russian woman, marrying Bunt, kissing Rosa Klebb. We're not far different. We're not far different, mate. We're not far different. That's not bad. Okay, then. I'm looking forward to your next one. Okay. But as I was saying, I'm really, really looking forward just to have a film open with like a nice traditional gun barrel. I'm hoping Craig will be in a nice dinner jackets and all that stuff, doing a nice gun barrel sequence. I'm really looking forward to that potentially. I know it sounds silly. Some people think I'm silly. I'm just one of those Bond fans where I love the gun barrel sequence being at the beginning of the film. It's like a portal into James Bond world. And it sets up the film for me so much in so many ways, everybody. I'm also, on the other hand, I'm really looking forward to the new title sequence. I love title sequences in movies. And you know what? It's still such a mystery. We have no idea what the title sequence is going to look like in No Time to Die. We obviously have Billie Eilish's amazing song for No Time to Die, which I'm gonna look forward to incredibly. But as you say, we have to wait and see what happens there. But I'm looking forward to the title sequence. I'm looking forward very much to Safin. I'm looking forward to the conclusion of No Time to Die. I think that's going to be really interesting. Do you know what? I'd like to actually just go back a moment quickly to the title sequence in No Time to Die. I know to a lot of people it maybe doesn't matter that much, but I'm really excited to see what they do with it. I'm just, I can't wait to see what does everyone think the title sequence will look like in No Time to Die. It's just maybe just me who gets a bit obsessed with that, maybe. But Matt has given us another question. What do you think of the editing on Image Secret Service? I really like it. I know why you've answered that question. There is a bit of quick cutting and a bit of during stuff, but it isn't like the whole film. And the thing is, even with that quick cutting and the editing pace, you still have a sense of space and what's actually going on, I think, and stuff. So I'm actually really okay with this. I think it works really nicely. I think the editing is just beautiful, actually, in On Majesty's Secret Service. Maybe I'm a hypocrite. We'll never know. And Grant again, speaking of gun barrels, what are your top 3 gun barrels? My favorites are Casino Royale, Goldeneye, License to Kill. I agree with Goldeneye and License to Kill. They're definitely in my top 3. I'd probably say my other personal favorite actually would be, instead of Casino Royale, would be For Your Eyes Only. I think the music by Bill Conti for the gun barrel is really, really nice there. So yeah, mine would be GoldenEye, License to Kill, and For Your Eyes Only. GTA Tapes, you're in the middle seat of a 9-hour flight to Bangkok. Pick 2 Bond villains to sit next to you. Okay, just to be clear, GTA, I hope they're not planning to kill me. They're here saying, would you like a conversation about my evil scheme and stuff? Yeah, let's have a chat about it. Let's compare, just have a chat. You're not going to kill me or throw me off the plane, are you? No. Mayday's in the back. You won't worry about that. But if it's just to have a 9-hour flight to pick 2 villains to sit next to, I'd love to probably sit next to... I'd like to sit next to Dr. No. I think he'd be very interesting to chat to, and probably Silver, because I think he'd be so entertaining for the flight. He'd literally just go to everyone going, in Bangkok, the empire, it's a ruin, And can you imagine Dr. No meeting Silver? That would be really interesting, in my opinion. Leah Lewis, do you think that No Time to Die will be the most beautifully shot film in the franchise? Snippets show the cinematography will be outstanding. I do agree. I think the cinematography will be outstanding. This will be beautiful. The benchmark for me to beat cinematography is Skyfall. I think Roger Deakins shooting on those digital cameras, I don't know which ones, is the pinnacle of cinematography in the James Bond franchise. So that's the one to beat. From the bits I've seen of it, it looks like it could either match or beat it. So do you think No Time to Die will be the most beautiful shot film in the franchise? I think it has every chance ever in its history to do so. But, we'll see what happens, eh? We'll see what happens, everybody. Talking about the cinematography, actually, again, this is a personal thing. I know they shot a lot of this with IMAX cameras. If it goes on the home video screen of literally going widescreen big, I'm going to find that very annoying. That's just another personal annoyance me. Just keep it all the same thing. Really will be. I'm off to bed. Not long. I'm not long for it as well. I'm going to carry on answering questions as long as people are here, Grant. But I said, have fun with the rest of the live stream. Keep up the great work. Look forward to hearing your thoughts on No Time to Die after you've seen the film. Well, Grant, good night to you, mate. I hope you have a great night's sleep. I'm going to do a quick cinema reaction, sort of straight out of the cinema reaction after I see No Time to Die on Thursday night. And then I'm going to spend the weekend editing a review, which hopefully will go up on Sunday. If not, it will be the Monday of the week after. So it will be coming up soon. What is your best Bond character impression? I'll tell you what, I'll do a few and you can judge, Luke. So I can't do the Scottish Bond, James Bond. I can't do that. I'll try a Silver. Just look at, hello, James. Do you know how to kill the rats off the island? My grandmother showed me. You let them into the woods, and now they don't eat coconut. Now they only eat rat. I don't know how good that was. That's probably terrible. I do apologize in advance then. What other characters could I do? There's Tiki. Hey. Here's Jaws. Who else could I do? Dan, damn it! I know you. You're that secret agent from England. You're chasing somebody. Who's this time, boy? I'm right out of the way. Which car are we all chasing, boy? I'm going to go Sheriff Pepper after that one. There's you go. There's your spin-off, everybody. Sheriff W better. GTA Tapes writes, pick one Bond villain to protect you while the other Bond villains try to end you. Choose wisely. I'll choose Mr. Hinks. I think Mr. Hinks will save me nicely. I think even Scaramanga would run in fear from Mr. Hinks. Which Bond villain are you sending out to kill me? Damon, Brad Whitaker, kill him is a great one to do. You know what? Brad Whitaker is one of those Bond villains that I want to say is one of those really cool, amazing villains. But every time I watch Living Daylights, it's like, I want to say you're great, but you're just not quite there. You're just not quite there. All right, everybody, what I'm going to do is the time is now in the UK nearly 10 o'clock. I'm going to stay on for about another 10 minutes. So if you've literally got like a couple of last minute silly things you'd like me to do or questions you'd like to ask about No Time to Die, just come here. Okay, everybody? Matt. Is that how... can I respond with the letter F or G? I have no idea how to respond to that one. Sorry about that. Anyone got any more questions? Literally just type them in now. I will be here. I mean, it's now we're going for nearly 90 minutes. I'll stop at the 90-minute mark, everybody. So just give me your questions, everybody, or ask me to do more impersonations, everybody. It's your choice, your live stream. You can have what you want. But no, do you know what? I'll just round up by saying this. I am so excited for No Time to Die. I feel that this is going to be a film that, you know, we've wanted, we've earned, we deserve, we've waited a long time for, and it's just going to be one of those all-time greats. Worst Bond woman of the Craig Bond era, pre No Time to Die, Madeline Swan. Madeline Swan. I think she was built up to be some really amazing character, like, if you will, the Tracy. That I'm afraid No Time to Die is confirmed she's meant to be sort of like the Tracy of this Bond continuity, and they just completely miswrote her. There was no chemistry between her and Daniel Craig James Bond, I felt, in Spectre. A lot of people might say it's Severine from Skyfall. A lot of people like to say this is like one of the worst Bond women of the Daniel Craig era. She was all right, just, again, really underused. But for me, I'm afraid it is Madeline Swan. But hey, another hope for me for No Time to Die. Will Madeline Swan be redeemed by this? Jordan Phillips also right. Do you think Logan Ash could be a double agent in No Time to Die? No idea. Most likely, because we haven't really heard much of him. Though I have a theory, and again, I have no inside information. I know as much about No Time to Die as all of you. I think Naomi will be a double agent. I really do. But we'll see what happens. Sorry, I pressed enter by mistake. That explains the E. You no need to apologize, bud. I like the letter E. One of my best friend's name starts with the letter E. So, hey, no problem here, mate. No problem here at all. Michael Pearson, do you think there'll be a definite ending in No Time to Die, or will it be left for the audience to decide? Plus, does Bond survive or die, etc.? Okay. In answer to your question, Michael, the first bit, will it have a definitive ending, No Time to Die? Yes, 100%. This is the film that will end the Craig's era storyline. There will be a definitive ending. I 100% believe that, because that's the reason I believe Daniel Craig was brought back, convinced to come back. Will Bond survive or die? Again, as I said in the live stream, I am 60-40. 60% I believe he will not die. 40% there might be a chance that he might die. But if he does, again, it doesn't matter, because the Bond timeline will just be restart again, rebooted again, so we'll still get James Bond in the next James Bond film, everybody. So there's no real, I think, issue. If Daniel Craig's Bond does die, then it'll be like, right, this is its own separate continuity between Bond getting his 00 and his death, one interconnecting 5-part story, move on to the next one. That's how it will be. Sorry if it's already been asked, but what do you think is Swan's secret? At a guess, I'm going to guess she was part of Spectre in somehow, and Bond finds out. I don't know, or something like that. I think it's got to be something to do with Spectre. apart from that, I just have no idea. Maybe, I don't know, maybe she was, I heard a rumor going around, I think it was from Screen Rant actually, that, and again, this is rumor, I have no confirmation whatsoever on anything of this, that actually Madeline might be Blofeld's kid. If that ends up being true, I think that'd be really cool. Hello, James. Your adopted brother is also your new father-in-law. It fit in with respect to what they were trying to do, everybody. That's absolutely true. Right. Is there any more questions? Any more questions coming, everybody? I don't think as well, everybody. Can I just say thank you to everybody who gave me questions there. I will, if you'd like me to do more live streams, please leave comments down below. I'd love to do more live streams and talk to you all, everybody. You're all just amazing people, and I feel so lucky to have met you all. And I can't wait to talk to you more about it, everybody, because, you know, I do try to answer these all the time. Just thank you for watching, and everybody take care and enjoy No Time to Die. Goodbye.